This client got 85.6% more for their land just by using this one strategy. Hi, my name is John Taylor Malone. I'm a licensed real estate agent and auction manager at SoldASAP LLC, a company that my parents started a little over 25 years ago. And in this video, I'm going to show you the one strategy that you can use to help discover the true price of your property. And no, it's not a CMA and it's not an appraisal. While these tools are great, they are only as good as the data you give them and don't account for the true buyer demand for your property. And look, I get it. You're worried that if you accept your neighbor's offer or the offer from the big local land investor, that you're going to stay up at night wondering, did I get enough for the land that my family worked hard for? Or even worse, that you're going to go and hire some real estate agent who's just going to put a sign out in the yard and are going to collect a check from the land that your family worked hard for. And as third and fourth generation Arkansas farmland owners at SoldASAP, we get it. And that's why we use this strategy to sell some of our own land. And if we sell land in the future, we will use this same strategy again. And it's the exact strategy that we use to get this client 85.6% more for their land. So let's set the stage. It was the night before the auction and our client got an offer they felt they couldn't refuse. An offer for $1 million. And everyone, their neighbors, their family, their friends, even real estate agents that they trusted said that this was a great no-brainer offer and that they felt like they should take it. So what did the client decide to do? Well, if I'm telling the story, it probably means they took it to the auction, and they did. And the final bid, someone was willing to pay for the whole property $1,610,000, or 61% more. But I told you we got them 85.6% more. Here's how. At SoldASAP, we use the buyer's ultimate choice auction system, an auction system where we break up a large piece of land into multiple parcels. In this example, we broke it up into 13 parcels. And bidders can bid on any combination of parcels. They can bid on one individual parcel, all 13 parcels, or anything in between. And this drastically increases your buyer pool because now buyers who can't or don't want to buy the entire property can join in and just buy the parts that they can afford or want to buy. And in the end, with multiple buyers, this property sold for $1,856,000. I'm sorry, that's $1,856,000 that went straight to the seller. That's 85.6% more. And this isn't magic, it's math. We brought in 50 unique bidders who bid over 1,041 times. Compare that to one offer. So now let's get into why the buyer's ultimate choice auction system works. Well, this graph does a great job of explaining it. Here you can see bidder preferences by bundle size, so how many parcels they prefer to bid on. As you can see, 77% of bids were on one individual parcel. 13% on the bids were on two. And it keeps on going down from there, and there was only 1% of bids on the entire property. So if we had just done a traditional auction and just sold the entire property as a whole, we would have missed out on over 77% of the action. And here you can actually see the top preferred combinations for 2 or more lots. 4 and 8 were the most popular, followed by 1, 10, 11, and 12. Followed by 3, 4, and 8, and then right here around 1% are all the tracts combined. And as you can see here, different individual parcels had different preferences. People really preferred lots 4 and 8, 12, 11, a lot more than they did, say, tract 1. And another trend from this auction that I really think shows the power of the buyer's ultimate choice auction system is the fact that the top bidders on average placed over a dozen various parcel combinations, meaning they were changing their strategies and preferences in real time when presented with new information. And that's something that people don't understand. Buyers' preferences and buyers' decisions change with the wind, right? And this auction system accounts for that. So the total bid, including commission, was $2,041,600, a 104.16% increase over that $1 million no-brainer offer that they just got offered 24 hours prior, less than 24 hours prior. The seller took home $1,856,000, which is $246,000 more dollars than the high bid on the whole, what one person was willing to pay on the whole, that $1,610,000. That's a 15.3% increase compared to a standard auction by doing this buyer's ultimate choice auction. So here to reiterate, They got an offer for $1 million that everyone in the area thought was a great and fair offer, better than a fair offer. But by adding in competition, we got them an additional $610,000. And by giving buyers preferences over what they buy and bringing in more competition, we got them an additional 15.3%, netting them an $856,000 more than if they would have just sold it 24 hours before. And look, I get it. You might already have a buyer in mind, but is that buyer costing you $856,000? And sure, it might be easier to just go and do a handshake deal, a private deal with someone else. But what else would be easier if you had that money in your pocket 2 to 3 years from now? And you don't want to pay commission, but that's why we have a guarantee. If you don't like the offer that we get you at the end of the auction, you have the right to accept or decline any offer, and you pay us nothing. So if you want to know how to get more for your property, please give us a call at 870-236-6117 or hit the button below.